So let's start with the poem At Grass by Philip Larkin. Now I'm focusing on the first two stanzas, and let's read the first stanza. The eye that can hardly pick them out from the cold shade they shelter in, till wind distresses tail and mane. Then one crops grass and moves about, the other seeming to look on and stands anonymous again. Now here, with the implications of a few words, I think you can easily make it out that the poet is referring to the horses. Now, in the first stanza, the place begins in the middle of a pastoral scene. The speaker is looking out into a pasture and noting how the creatures there are hard to see. In the first two lines, it is undetermined what exactly it is the speaker is looking at. But with the reference to tail and mane, we can easily make it out the two features talking about, generally attributed to horses. It becomes clear. Obviously, mane we have only in horses and tail we have there. Now, it is not until the wind blows around their hair that they become truly noticeable. The horses make a number of small movements. They are at peace in the grass and have no real desire to do anything else other than crop grass and move about. So these lines are already there: crop grass and moves about. This is all they really seem to do at this point: move from one spot to another before standing anonymous again. You know what is anonymous? Anonymous is unknown. So here, in the first stanza, Larkin is talking about that those horses who were so famous when they used to participate in the races, and now they don't have any kind of identity. They are completely anonymous, they are completely unknown. Let's come to the second stanza. Yet 15 years ago, perhaps 24 distances sufficed to fable them faint afternoons of cups and stakes and handicaps, whereby their names were artificed to inlay faded classic Junes. Now, here the poet goes on to explain how these horses are not at all that they seem to be now. Now, this again, he's telling of the history of these horses. Who were they earlier, and now what kind of an identity and position they have in the present. In the past, 15 years ago precisely, they were race horses. Their lives were much different then, and their names have become fabled. The poet here vaguely outlines what the races were like, with cups and stakes and handicaps. Eventually, the names of these particular horses were artificed to inlay faded. That is, they were well known for a particular period of time and then mostly forgotten. So here we can also understand that Larkin talks about the fate of humanity in another way, that it also happens with human beings. Once a person who's quite popular and famous can also go into oblivion after some time. So what happens? What kind of emotions and what kind of experiences a person has or a creature can feel, here he's talking about the horses, can feel when once one is there in quite limelight, and later a person has to, or a creature is being forced to live a life of seclusion, we can say, or a life of oblivion, where everything is forgotten and they have to live in the dark, just thinking about their past and nothing else they have in the present, but just to survive on the past. And the memories of the past, of course, forces them in other ways, or encourages them or motivates them to carry on with the rest of the years of their lives. So we will continue with the next stanza, that is the third stanza, in the next lecture. Thank you.